Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Primetime Wrestling Live. I'm your host, JWR, and we have an action-packed night of wrestling in store for you. We are coming off the heels of the King of the Ring, and ladies and gentlemen, your King of the Ring is the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. We're live here in Lafayette, Louisiana, and the King of the Ring is in action here as we open things up as the American Dream takes on the Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich. And here comes the Texas Tornado making his way out to the ring, ready for action against the new reigning King of the Ring, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. I wonder if we should start calling him the American King, Dusty Rhodes. It was a hard-fought battle just over a week ago. Of course, Dusty Rhodes got the week off, well-deserved, well-earned week off. But back in action here tonight on Primetime Wrestling against the Texas Tornado. The Tornado is not somebody who should be taken lightly, though. The Von Erich family is just seated in tradition here in the World Wrestling Federation and beyond. We'll see if the Tornado can take on the King. And here he is, your King of the Ring. There's royalty for you, folks. The American King, Dusty Rhodes.
And his opponent from Austin, Texas, weighing in at 289 pounds, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
The American Dream is ready to go. He has punched his ticket to SummerSlam, where he will be taking on the Ultimate Warrior as it stands right now for the World Wrestling Federation Championship. Of course, we saw the Warrior in action last week, and we're getting Dusty Rhodes in action this week. And we look like we are ready to go, so let's head up to the ring and get this one underway, folks. Dusty Rhodes coming out of the gate, missed with the hard right hand, but caught the Tornado with a couple follow-ups there. And Dusty Rhodes in peak condition here tonight on Prime Time. Tornado able to push him off, though, as he tried the mounted punches in the corner. And a huge series of rights and lefts there take the Tornado to the ground. And a club and blow to the back. The King of the Ring in full control here early on against the Texas Tornado. And now Rhodes with a scoop. Misses. Reversed by the Tornado into a DDT, but Rhodes right back up and hits him with that elbow. That elbow is dangerous, folks. It'll put your lights out in less than a second. Now there's a big headbutt from the new King of the Ring. And Dusty now working over the left leg, picking the Tornado apart piece by piece, limb by limb here tonight on Primetime. And a reversal there from the Tornado sends Dusty into the corner, but Dusty able to reverse it, and another big elbow sends the Tornado to the ground. But the Tornado fighting out of it here. Got Rhodes on the apron, but Rhodes with the reversal. And another reversal as Dusty gets back into the ring. And a scoop and a big slam. And a big headbutt. He's got the Tornado reeling here early on, folks. And a wind-up and a huge right hand. That one might have busted the Tornado open, folks. That was a hard shot. And now a scoop and a slam, and Rhodes from the middle turnbuckle driving that fist into the face of the Tornado, into a cover. Only a 1 count. Still got some fight left in the Tornado here, but he is definitely reeling. And Rhodes able to back up, hitting the Tornado with a huge swinging double axe handle there. Took him right off his feet, and now driving the knee right into the face. And now locking in and again working over that left leg, that left knee area of the Texas Tornado. And Dusty now with a scoop and a slam and a huge jumping elbow. And that could be the beginning of the end, folks, as Rhodes nailed him with that jumping elbow drop. And he's got him set up here, and there it is. Number 4, the bionic elbow. And the Tornado is down. Into the cover goes Rhodes. Count of 1, count of 2, count of 3, and it's all over. The King reigns supreme here on Primetime. Rhodes took control here early and did not let up. Of course, the huge jumping elbow was just the beginning of the end, as he nailed the Tornado with that bionic elbow and just turned the lights out just like that. The American Dream is in peak condition. He is reigning supreme as your king of the ring, and he has a date with the Ultimate Warrior at SummerSlam. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as Dusty Rhodes picks up a huge win, we're going to go ahead and switch gears. Last week, one of the most dominant factions debuted here on Primetime, and tonight we're going to see them in action as the $1 Million Ministry makes their official debut here on Primetime, and unfortunately, Doink the Clown has drawn the short straw this week, as he's got to go one-on-one with the Phenom, the Undertaker.
Weighing in at 245 pounds, Doink the Clown.
Doink, always the jokester, always the prankster, as he makes his way out here. And oh my God, he just got blindsided by the Undertaker. Where did the Undertaker come from? Doink didn't even see that coming, and now Doink trying to fight off the Undertaker. And a huge side slam there. This match is not even officially underway, folks. Doink now laying in a few shots here to the Undertaker, but Taker's back up, and Doink sidestepped him. Doink came here for a fight, ladies and gentlemen, as he attacks the Undertaker here in the walkway, but there's DiBiase. DiBiase getting involved. DiBiase stepping in. Doink now turning his attention to DiBiase. The Undertaker looking under the ring. The Undertaker's got a steel chair. He's got a chair, and he just nails Doink right in the kidneys and smashing that chair over his head. What is he gonna do now, folks? Setting that chair up, and he's trying to rip Doink's arm off through the chair. DiBiase crawling in the ring. The Undertaker got reversed there, face first off that chair, and now Doink going to work on the arm. The Undertaker's in a little bit of trouble out here. This is not going exactly the way he had planned. And a huge back elbow right there to the face. Doink is in trouble, folks. And a big military press slam. And the Undertaker makes the sign that this one might be over before it even started. as the Undertaker now climbing into the ring, and Doink climbing in with him, and the Undertaker nailed him with a boot. What's DiBiase doing in there? Get DiBiase out of the ring. Undertaker with another big press slam, and Doink goes down. What is Paul Bearer doing? The referee's got to get control here, and the Undertaker certainly in control, taking Doink down, and down hard. And now he's got Doink, and he's going old school, walking that top rope and driving it right down into the back. Well, wait a minute, folks, the lights have gone out. And there's Doink's music playing again. What is going on? That's another Doink. There's another Doink at ringside. We saw this, one of the last times we saw Doink in action, we saw another Doink come out. I don't know if this is the original Doink or not. The Undertaker, big tombstone pile driver. That's going to be it. I don't care if it's the original Doink or not. 1, 2, 3. It's academic at that point, and the $1 Million Ministry makes a statement here tonight on Primetime Wrestling. The Undertaker was in complete control. Doink got in a few good shots there early on before the match even got underway, surviving or trying to survive that pre-match attack. But I don't know if this is the original Doink or not, folks. They pulled a switcheroo on us before, but whoever it was, he is not getting up from that tombstone pile driver. And the $1 Million Ministry rolling here tonight on Primetime. And this is just the first bit of action. As later on tonight, we're going to see Money Incorporated, IRS and Ted DiBiase rebranding themselves as Money Incorporated within the Ministry. But the Ministry is rolling here tonight. The Undertaker, huge win over Doink the Clown. And now we're going to shift gears, folks, and we're going to some tag team action, but it's going to be singles action. As Road Warrior Hawk takes on Smash from Demolition. And if Hawk can get the win, the Legion of Doom earns themselves a tag team title match. Here they come. Axe and Smash, Demolition, your World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring.
One-on-one action here tonight. Smash going to go up against Hawk. And if Hawk can get the win, he's going to secure tag team title opportunity for the Road Warriors in the very near future. Of course, Demolition have been fighting champions since regaining the gold from the Wild Samoans. The Samoans had a heck of a reign. Alpha and Sika. But Demolition came on the scene and were able to take those titles right off the Samoans. And now they've got every tag team in the World Wrestling Federation gunning for them. Smash waits in the ring. Here come the Legion of Doom.
And his opponent, accompanied by the Animal, representing Road Warriors from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 275 pounds, Warrior!
Road Warrior Hawk. Set for action here, and it looks like we're ready to go. A lot on the line here. As of course the Legion of Doom would love to get a tag team title match, but Smash right off the rip, going right at Hawk, but Hawk able to reverse that. And a hard right hand And another. And a third. And that one takes him off his feet. Hawk now pacing around, waiting for Smash to get up and nails him with the shoulder block. Hawk in control here early and misses. Went to the wheel one too many times. And now Smash, eager to pounce. There's a hard slam and a drop in the fist right into the face. Double axe handle. Smash in control here. Another big double axe handle to the back. And Hawk trying to slowly make his way back to his feet here. And Smash misses with another double axe handle. And now Hawk back in control, driving his face right off his knee. And sending Smash to the ground. And there's a huge backbreaker. Smash pulling himself out to the apron, trying to get a little bit of a breather. Hawk says not today, bringing it back in the hard way. And now Hawk going up top as Smash gets back to his feet. Hawk misses with that big clubbing blow. He was a little out of range. And Smash now just pushing Hawk back over towards the corner. And Hawk's able to catch him with a foot as he was coming in. A little too eager there. And what's this? A big face plant sends Smash back down into the ground. And Hawk loving every minute of this, playing to the crowd here in Lafayette. And now from behind, just locking in a double nerve hold here, just wearing down both of the shoulder trapezius muscles. And Smash collapses down to the canvas. But what's going on? Demolition's music is playing. And that's the third member of Demolition. That's Crush. Crush has completely distracted Hawk as Smash gets back to his feet. Hawk too worried about Crush. There's a roll-up from behind. And he got him. Off the distraction from Crush, Smash was able to roll up Hawk. Oh, wow, folks. Absolutely unlike Hawk to get distracted in the middle of a match. Demolition, using the distraction to their advantage, picks up a huge victory. And at least for now, they have turned away the Legion of Doom. Legion of Doom falling short here tonight on Primetime, and Demolition continues their winning ways. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are once again going to switch gears as we head up. We told you that the $1 Million Ministry was going to be back in action here tonight, and we've got Money Incorporated taking on the Steiner Brothers.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring at a combined weight of 531 pounds.
Rick and Scott, the Steiner Brothers, set for action here.
Steiner Brothers!
Hoping to somehow, some way, pick up a huge win over the newly formed $1 Million Ministry. It consists of the Brothers of Destruction, Kane and the Undertaker, and Money Incorporated, IRS and Ted DiBiase. Of course, you got Paul Bearer out there in the mix as well, but they are a formidable force here in the World Wrestling Federation. And here they come. Ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your sets. Everything washed in green. Got an eerie feeling here in the arena.
And their opponents, accompanied by Paul Bearer.
Money Incorporated representing the $1 Million Ministry. And they are looking to get in, throwing their hat into the contenders spots here for the tag team division. Of course, Money Incorporated, no strangers to tag team gold. The former Money Incorporated members King Kong Bundy and Bam Bam Bigelow suffered a series of attacks from IRS, unprovoked and just absolutely vicious. And then, of course, after their attempt at revenge last week, DiBiase and IRS have put an end to Bam Bam Bigelow and King Kong Bundy. But Money Incorporated lives on in this new incarnation within the $1 Million Ministry. DiBiase and IRS look ready to go. Rick Steiner going to start things off against IRS. And we're underway. There's a quick tag. IRS tags into DiBiase, and he's going to launch DiBiase right at Steiner with a clothesline, taking Steiner to the ground hard. DiBiase now with a side headlock and just nailing Rick right in the face. And another clubbing blow puts him into the corner, and DiBiase pushing him into the turnbuckle, catching him off the reverse into a belly-to-back suplex there. Just snapped that one off. And of course, time to gloat. DiBiase's got to be careful. He doesn't want to gloat too much in there against the likes of the Steiner brothers. And there's an elbow. Rick caught him coming in. And Steiner able to reverse now. But DiBiase reverses that one into a bulldog. Rick Steiner tried a side suplex there, and DiBiase was able to reverse it. And now IRS back into the match. Into a cover. Just the one count, though, as Steiner's able to kick out. And DiBiase climbs into the ring. DiBiase's not the legal man. He's going to pick Steiner up and snap off a suplex just for good measure. And DiBiase right back outside to the apron. Cleverly and geniusly taking advantage of the referee's 5 count. IRS, though, climbed up top. He let Rick get up, and he tags into Scott. And Scott Steiner launching IRS off that top rope. And the Steiner brothers now in control as Scott Steiner laying in some heavy blows and just slamming IRS's head off the canvas. And now a reversal from IRS, then Steiner into the corner. And what a move! He's not done yet. What a snap! Oh my God! IRS hit the ground hard, and he's still somehow on his feet. Paul Bearer up onto the apron, distracting Scott Steiner, and IRS taking out the knee. Paul Bearer paying dividends out there with Money Incorporated, and now wrenching away at the arm, trying to get a submission here. I don't think Scott's going to submit. Scott able to reverse it and driving a knee right into the face of IRS. And there's a scoop and a big slam from Scott Steiner. And he's going to make his way over and make the tag into Rick. IRS is in a bad way here, folks. He's going to want to think about tagging DiBiase in here. IRS reverses that one from Rick Steiner into a clothesline. And now IRS sending Steiner into the corner, but Rick Steiner caught him. DiBiase, though, catches Steiner and hangs him up on the top rope, shifting things right back into the direction of Money Incorporated, right when the Steiner brothers were getting a break there. And DiBiase is all over that apron. He's asking for a tag. IRS, though, continues to work over Rick Steiner and sending Steiner face first into the corner. And he scoops him up, but there's a reversal. Rick Steiner nails IRS with a DDT. Again, DiBiase asking for a tag. IRS back to his feet. Gonna send Steiner in, and there's a tag. Here comes a double team. Sending Rick off the rope. Big double shoulder block takedown. Rick Steiner now in some trouble. There's a short arm clothesline, taking him off his feet. And DiBiase, well, he says that worked once. There's another short arm clothesline. And again, if there's time to gloat, DiBiase will find it. But Rick Steiner got back to his feet, and that's what DiBiase has to be careful of. He cannot let Rick Steiner get back in control. Catches Steiner coming in and caught him with a big knee to the face. That one took Rick Steiner down hard. Rick is dazed and confused. And look at the power of DiBiase. And what a suplex. Driving all the air out of Rick Steiner. And now shooting Steiner over the top rope onto the apron. And DiBiase follows them out. Back body drop right on the hardest part of the ring, right on that ring apron. And Rick Steiner's in trouble here, folks. He's trying to fight back out of it. DiBiase ducked under that clothesline or that punch. And he nails Rick Steiner with the back elbow. And another short arm clothesline. The referee continues to count. Up to a count of 5, and DiBiase sent back into the ring. Steiner's going to follow, but DiBiase got back to his feet. Rick, that was your opening. And DiBiase closed it just like that, but here he goes. Here comes Rick Steiner, back from the dead. Oh, what a powerbomb. That powerbomb took a lot out of DiBiase, but DiBiase fighting out of it here. Huge high angle back body drop. And that could be it. DiBiase might be looking for the $1 million dream, and there it is. He's got it locked in. He's trying to put Rick Steiner out. And Scott Steiner breaking things up. DiBiase followed Steiner into the corner and just nailed him with another hard right hand. Rick Steiner's out, folks. He hasn't moved. There's the cover. And he got him. The $1 million dream put Rick Steiner out. As Scott Steiner tried to save his tag team partner. And it just proved to be too much for the Steiner brothers. As the $1 million ministry continues their dominating ways in the World Wrestling Federation. Honestly, folks, I do not know who is going to stop this force. You've got the $1 Million Man leading the charge with two monsters in Kane and the Undertaker. You add in the shiftiness of IRS and the cunningness of Paul Bearer, and this is a group that's not going to be stopped, folks. The rest of the World Wrestling Federation is in a lot of trouble. Here tonight, $1 Million Ministry picks up a huge win over the Steiners. And real quick, folks, before we head into our main event, we want to once again remind you that the Macho Man Randy Savage was injured at the King of the Ring, and as a result, he has been stripped of the Intercontinental Championship, which has led to a series of triple threat matches. We saw one last week. Rocky Maivia picked up a huge win, and here tonight on Primetime, we have another huge triple threat match. The winner, of course, punching their ticket to SummerSlam. Let's head up to the ring.
The following is a triple threat match. Making his way to the ring from Glens Falls, New York, weighing in at 270 pounds, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan making his way into the ring here. And to recap, last week we had a triple threat match. Rocky Maivia able to outlast Bret the Hitman Hart and Jake the Snake Roberts in an instant classic. Maivia punched his ticket to SummerSlam. And here tonight, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Ravishing Rick Rude, and Razor Ramon are going to fight for that second spot. I'll tell you more about here after we see Rick Rude make his way to the ring.
First, from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, weighing in at 240 pounds, Ravishing Rick Rude.
Ravishing Rick Rude making his way into the ring. Gorilla Monsoon, after unfortunately stripping Macho Man Randy Savage of that Intercontinental Championship due to injury, he immediately made a decision that we would have a triple threat ladder match at SummerSlam to determine the new Intercontinental Champion. And the 3 participants for that would be determined in 3 separate triple threat matches. And this is going to be our second. Here comes the bad guy, Razor Ramon.
From Miami, Florida,
Hoping to punch his ticket to SummerSlam here tonight on Primetime Wrestling.
the bad guy, Razor Ramon.
All 3 of these men trying to fight their way through the ranks. Of course, everybody knows the Intercontinental Championship is a stepping stone in the direction of the World Heavyweight Championship. A lot of Hall of Famers have held that gold. Razor Ramon ready to go. And I think we are just about ready to get this final main event underway. Hacksaw, Rick Rude, Razor Ramon, triple threat. And we're underway. And Razor shoulder tackles Rude to the ground and laying in some rights and lefts right away to Hacksaw. But Rude able to get back to his feet and snaps off a suplex, sending Razor down to the canvas. And Hacksaw Jim Duggan, a huge right hand, took Rude off his feet and just throwing Rude across the ring. But there's Razor. He's got Duggan up in a huge electric chair drop. And Rude laying into Razor. Razor able to reverse it, catching Rude's foot, and there's an atomic drop. And Duggan laying in some rights and lefts, and Duggan caught Razor with a big clothesline, and he clotheslines Rude out of the ring into a cover. Only a 1 count. That's what you got to do, though. You have to incapacitate one of the other participants in this match. And now, Duggan, a huge shot to the breadbasket there. And Rude stepping in, and Razor caught both of them with a clothesline. Both men down, Razor now. He's got Duggan. Dropping him with a side slam right across that back. Looking to do the same, but electric chair drop for Rude. Duggan came in, and Razor able to catch him with a sweeping leg there. Rude is incapacitated outside the ring. And Duggan now hits Razor with a big short arm clothesline. And Rude's back to his feet, taunting Duggan from the floor. Duggan just ignoring him. Razor caught Duggan though and slams him back to the canvas, and he knocks Rude off his feet too. Duggan, this is just chaos, folks. Forgive me as I try to call all the action, but this is fast-paced. There's a huge headbutt. And Duggan was going after Razor. Razor ducks out to the outside, taking a little bit of a breather here. As Rude and Duggan now go at it. Rude taking Duggan over to the ropes. And he turned around just in time, and he caught Razor with a hard right and a hard left, and Razor's got to take another breather outside. As Rude works over Jim Duggan. And Hacksaw in trouble. Razor pushed to the ropes. Rude seemingly in complete control here. Choking the life, using that top rope to just choke Razor Ramon. And now went for a scoop slam. Razor caught him though. Shoulder block takedown. And Rude now catches Razor. Razor reverses. Duggan coming after Razor. Razor lifting Duggan up. Duggan nailing him with an elbow, breaking it up. And there's a headbutt from Ramon, and he follows it up with a shoulder tackle. Rude rolling all the way to the outside. He caught Duggan right there. And Razor nails Duggan with a choke slam. Rude's incapacitated. Razor's going for it. He's going for the Razor's edge. He's got Duggan up. And down. Razor going for a cover. Rude's back into the ring. Rude breaks it up at 1. I thought he had him, but Razor took a little too much time there. Duggan feeling the effects of that Razor's edge. Finally back to his feet. There's a side slam for Rude, and Duggan catching Razor as soon as he was trying to get back to his feet, and now Razor rolling out to the outside. And Duggan working over Rude. Duggan now going up to the middle turnbuckle. Razor getting back into the ring. Rude taken down with a double axe handle, and now Rude back to the outside. Here's a scoop and a hard backbreaker. It's just Razor and Duggan in the ring. There's a cover. Only a 2 count. It looks like Razor pulled off of the cover. Rude a little curious as to what the hell's going on. Finally slides back into the ring. I think he saw Razor pull off of the cover, wondering what the hell he's thinking. I think Razor had the match won right there. Duggan with a big power slam. But Razor right back to his feet, breaks it up at a count of 1. And there's a shot to the gut. Duggan's in trouble. Rolling all the way to the outside. Rude now. Caught on a big knee by the bad guy. And Rude is in a lot of trouble in the ring. Face first off the canvas. And now Razor trying to follow up, but Rude fighting through. I think Rude might be busted open here, folks. Spins him around. Big atomic drop sends Rude reeling. All 3 men back in the ring. And Rude is nailing everybody. Everything that moves. There's a jawbreaker though. And Rude going for the Rude Awakening. And it's reversed. Razor hit him with the Rude Awakening on the reversal. A 2 count, but Duggan breaks it up. Rude rolling out of the ring, incapacitated. And Razor's going for it again. He's going for the Razor's edge. Duggan's up. And he drops him with that Razor's edge. And rolling him over. Here's a cover. Razor Ramon is going to SummerSlam. Ladies and gentlemen, what a match. back and forth, non-stop action. And all three of these men had a chance to win this. But Razor Ramon comes out on top after incapacitating Rude with his own Rude Awakening. He's able to hit Duggan with his second Razor's Edge, and there was no getting up from that. Into the cover. Rude got back to his senses just in the nick of time to watch that 3 count.
Here is your winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been one hell of a night. We are on our way to SummerSlam. Who's going to be in the triple threat next week? Make sure you tune in live next Monday night for Primetime. I'm your host, JWR. We'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.